And thanks everybody, and personally, deep thanks to Dr. Deepak Sahu, a very good friend and colleague, for inviting me and our team, Professor Amlan here. And it's nice to meet all of you again back in India. And it's always a pleasure to be back into this beautiful country where I was born. So give you a brief background who I am, where I come from. I'm the director of AI Hub, which is an Australian government initiative. Australia-India Hub, where we provide platform opportunities for people from Australia, India, businesses, government, universities. And one of my colleagues here, Professor Amlan and Professor Deepak Sahu, we work together. And we have been doing a lot of projects. There's a whole lot of synergy here. Please feel welcome. Anytime, if I can do something for you or any of our colleagues, we are always there to help you, whether you're a student, whether you're a professional, whether you work for the government. Just now we had a talk with one of the colleagues. We are tomorrow morning having a breakfast here, and we are talking about that, what other things we can do. So it's a great platform. And we do a lot of good things where we share information. I just returned from California at San Francisco. We have similar collaboration with University of California, Berkeley, University of San Francisco, San Jose State University, where I hosted this international conference. And also, we are trying to get as many people, especially researchers. Now, coming back to my presentation, my PowerPoint, please. My primary area of research is in leadership. Now, I heard fantastic presentation this morning, and I was immersed. I was thinking it is such an interesting area, cybersecurity and AI. But can somebody tell me what is important? Before we talk about cybersecurity and AI, what is important? Two things are very important. Can somebody tell me that? Two things are very important, and that is not just cybersecurity and AI. Number one, leadership. Very important. Second slide, please. Leadership is very important. I know a lot of people would like to do a lot of things in this world, but if you don't have a leader on your side, you can't do anything. And that is one of those things, whether it's a country, it's a Prime Minister Modi, we've got a great Prime Minister here who has made India such a great country, or if we've got a leader who's a businessman who knows how to work with people. This is a people issue here. Cybersecurity technology will do the work. No doubt about it. AI will be there. No matter how much we, change things around, 20 years, 40 years, it will be there. Second comes, very important thing is money. Money is the most powerful instrument in the world. And I have seen in my research where leaders drive innovation, where leaders drive change. Amazon, Google, Microsoft, they were driven by people who were leaders, successful leaders, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, So these are the people who drove such organizations to a larger scale. So what I find in my research is that innovation will come. We will make mistakes. AI will be there. Nothing is perfect in this world. We are humans. We make mistakes, but what we do, we learn from it. The best research that comes in psychology that says, today, let a child break a toy. When first time I got a toy, my parents bought me a beautiful car for my birthday. I opened it up. I wanted to see where the light is coming, where the wheels are running. That is the mind of an engineer. Even though my background is in software engineering, I used to teach at Deakin University, but similar to that, I was a kid. I wanted to see what is inside that car, where the light's coming from. But today the new research is saying, let the child do that. Break it apart, fix it. That's innovation. You will see the world's top companies, Lego. You would have bought your child a Lego. And what the children do, they build a house, they build a car, they dismantle it, again put it together. That is innovation. So when we look at that, we should encourage. In fact, my students, when they come to Australia to study, I encourage them. Yes, you make mistakes. Absolutely normal. Very normal it is. We all do in our life. whether we do sometimes professionally, whether you turn down an offer and you take down another offer, but then you learn. You always become a better person. So innovation in AI will be very powerful. Why I'm talking about innovation? Because I'm not worried about the threats. Yes, there is threats, but we can use AI to counter those threats. But what we have to learn is how to harness the power of AI for innovation, where we can find cure for Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, diabetes, heart attack. So many people in our country, in India, are suffering today. We need to use that power. And we don't need to put barriers. Let the technology flow. Once you do that, you will see how technology works for you rather than we becoming slaves of technology. So as leaders, we need to look at that. So not have a closed mindset, have an open mindset. So when I was coming to India, I was very happy. I said, I'm going back, I'm going to meet my colleagues, I'm going to network with them. Amlan said, yes, I'm coming also, Kamaljeet. Yeah, I'll be there, we'll have a great time. And you see, that is the power of people. We are people, we are leaders. When leaders talk, the world listens. When Amazon makes something, Google makes something, Microsoft makes something, people listen. Because we know this innovation, this technology is going to work for us. So cybersecurity is an issue. Yes, it is an issue. It's a critical issue because it goes deep into the heart of technology. But let me tell you one thing. How many people remember when internet started? It was a long time back internet started. Nobody talked about security that time. Everybody said, okay, I can send an email. Okay, I can download a website. Okay, I can do my work, university work on the website. But today, it is an issue. And how this issue will be solved? It will be solved. And we are using AI powered, we are using latest technology, and every technology at its early stage of adoption is not perfect. We know that. So when we know the issues that are confronting, why are we so worried? Because it is a multi-billion-dollar business. You think Microsoft can't stop this from happening? You think Google cannot stop this from happening? It's business. Everybody's making money. I'm making money. I got 3 grants from the Australian government. My 3rd grant is in the process, 2 grants in the last 2 years. I'm an international speaker, an expert in global cybersecurity and AI. But what I say is that it's an ecosystem. And yes, things are not perfect. We are learning. Yes, DeepSeek has come, but don't be panicked. It will not be the first AI open software. There will be hundreds and millions will come. Yes, one thing we have to understand is cost. Money comes at a very, very high expense. You go to the bank, you want to borrow money, 18%, 16%, 7% in Australia. But the cost of the money is very high. That doesn't come easily. So when we look at 2 things, leaders and money, these are the 2 powerful things. I learned very early in my life, if you want to be something in life, you have to spend money. If you're a businessman, you have to invest money. My family was in business and I used to look. I was a little kid. I used to look at my family because all my mother's side, they were business people. And my father's side, all of them in army, defense. So I had a very different upbringing. But when I used to look at business is an ecosystem. After you, your children's, and then their children's, especially in India, also in Australia. Small, medium enterprises, they are run on family businesses. Next slide, please. So when we look at the drivers of innovation, what is new happening here? AI is going to change the business. We will have a very different business platform in the next 20 years where cybersecurity can give a lot of employment. Why I'm saying about employment, India is the center, epicenter of the world. I went to Bangalore last year. Unimaginable. Unimaginable. I was at Indian Institute of Management, Kozhikode, where I gave a presentation on fintech. My recent work that I have published in fintech is with the RBI, Reserve Bank of India, where I have worked on CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency. So I have developed a model with my co-investigators from University of Alaska, Professor Dayanandan, myself, where we have looked at CBDC. It's coming. You will soon all have CBDC on your phone, Central Bank Digital Currency. But do you think there is no threats? Yes, there is threats. There is cybersecurity problem. There is issues with that, but that should not stop us. China is 10 years ahead. Digital yuan. Now, if you want to buy a banana or an orange on the street, you just touch your phone, walk away. Digital, US is working on it. But what we are seeing today is, yes, the security threats are around there, but we don't stop using technology. We have to encourage the adoption. India is a fantastic place. India is the world capital. I'm telling you, we can become the world capital of technology. Every country that needs, it is already, but we can expand to higher levels in AI. If we don't do that, we will be followers. And why I'm saying we'll be followers, because there are some very, very smart competitors are coming up. China is one. You've got East Europe, there are some very good countries that are coming up. Small countries, by the way, because I study this data. What countries are coming up, what countries are doing, and what is the adoption rate. India can be an early competitor with established consolidated base. You know, early movers. If you look at it, technology, who are the early movers? Countries, companies, businesses who established themselves at that time. Today, what is the biggest regret for Microsoft? Can somebody tell me? Biggest regret for Microsoft. Bill Gates has admitted this publicly. He says, I don't have any personal feeling, but this is my biggest mistake. Can somebody tell me? Very good. Excellent. Very smart, intelligent gentleman has told the right answer. Mobile. They lost that market. Google took it. Google wiped them out. But Google did not know that they were going to establish that supremacy. Google never knew that. Google had never knew that how big that market would be. Today, AI is in that stage. And it's not, I'm not talking in billions. I'm not. When I'm talking of Sam Altman says $8 million in fab in Arizona. I say $8 million is nothing. In 6 months, that money is going to come back. 6 months. That is why US building data centers. That $8 trillion is nothing. India can invest here at least 20 trillion with the manpower and technology we have got here. India is a leader. You know, India doesn't have to be a follower. Same with Australia. Australia has got the highest adoption rate of any technology in the world. You know, we are biggest users of technology in Australia. Anything modern technology, next day it's there. We give it to our students. I'm a professor there, I'll tell you, next day our universities will say, roll it down to the students, whether it's a website, whether it's an app, whether it's a hardware, software, name it. Our students have got the access to the best softwares, you know, data modeling. I've been doing data modeling for the last 30 years. But the point I'm trying to make to you is that it's time sensitive. Why? Because we have to learn from Bill Gates' mistake, Microsoft's mistake. Timing and technology is critical. Very important. Remember this. As long as you live, you pass on this information to your children's grandchildren. Timing. You know, Alexander the Great, I think one of the speakers this morning said, you know, Alexander the Great came. It was timing. He didn't come here when it was snowing. Macedonia to India is a big, you know, travel line. You cannot ride horses when it will be snowing in Kashmir or the northwestern part of India. You cannot win a war in this country. You know, in defense, my whole family is from defense. They will never fight at a time. Timing is important. Where you choose your time. So in technology, timing is very important, and timing is here. We have to take it. If we don't take it, that time is never going to come back. So next slide, please. So when we look at the benefits, challenges, now national security threat, why I'm talking, because I work for the Australian government. I'm being very open. Certain things I can talk, certain things I cannot talk. But what I'm seeing is there are large-scale attacks. Large-scale. I don't want to name the country. You all know the country, who the country is. But the country is very, very ahead of India. It's our closest neighbor. You can understand. And they don't just train in cyber warfare. And that's the area not many people want to work. It's very, very, like they don't leave you for life, basically, those sort of people. They will track you down. But cyber warfare today is $1 billion, trillion business. You don't have to send soldiers, military, aircraft. Shut down the IT infrastructure, shut down the internet. There will be civil disturbance. People can't withdraw money at ATMs. Electricity is not there. People will start fighting within the country. And if you think that is like a science fiction movie, it will happen. Large-scale cyber attacks on public infrastructure. Shut down the financial system. You can shut down the ATMs. You can shut down electricity, water. That's it. You see what will happen. People don't get food for 1 hour, you can see what can happen. You ask students, if they don't get food on time in the university, they will be hungry, And give it 1 day, 2 days, there will be mass disturbance. But what we are seeing today, a cybersecurity leader can come over this. Because we have got techniques, I've been studying the data, we've got programs, we train CEOs, CFOs, CTOs. Even recently at University of San Francisco, I gave a talk and I said, look, we can organize a plan here, for these Silicon Valley leadership, how to confront, because there's no recipe written. Somebody comes and breaks into your home, in your door, you will say, what am I going to do? Same thing with cybersecurity. Leader doesn't know what to do. They went to the university 30 years back. They are not software computer science graduates. You ask me, I can go and fix a system, but can I fix somebody's, IT infrastructure that will require 100 people? No. I'm one person. I can fix. I can do maximum. I can do 10 times more with my brain, with my expertise, last 30 years of software. But what I'm trying to make the point here is that you have to have a plan. You don't have a plan, you will fail. You have to have the best minds in the world, no matter where they are. They might be in Mumbai, Delhi, 2 o'clock in the morning. There's a cyber attack. What do you do? Because the systems are now compromised. What can you save? It's like fire. Fire comes, half your home is destroyed. Now what can you save? You can save something. You can shift your stuff. So what we need here is plan and strategic planning. Next slide, please. Next slide. So, what are the key characteristics of cyber attacks? It's unexpected. You are least expecting. You might think, I'm prepared. It's like a life insurance. You say, okay, nothing's going to happen to me. I'm fit, I'm healthy. I went to the gym this morning. I worked out, 3 hours. I can run for 40 minutes, non-stop. But unexpected. It's like your heart, You sit down and you watch TV 18 hours of day, your body is basically not corresponding. Same thing with a computer system. An attack will happen. It's just a matter of time. And when it happens, it doesn't give you any signs. There's no signs. Those guys are ruthless, I'll tell you. There was an attack from Russia. So I was at Deakin University, like I've said this before also. I was marking papers. 2 a.m. in the morning, I went to get a cup of coffee. Somebody gets into my computer, starts opening up folders. I'm sitting quietly. I'm saying, let him do what he wants. So 10 minutes later, this person leaves my computer, goes back. I track his IP address. I go back after him. I'm into his computer now. He said, how did you find me? I said, what were you doing in my computer in Melbourne, 2 o'clock in the morning? No, sir, like it's not going to happen. I said, there's no reason to be into somebody's computer. It's your private space. You see, these sort of people, they're well trained. Some are state-sponsored, some are not state-sponsored. So what I'm trying to build here is that it can come from anywhere. Unexpected, unknown. Even now while you're sitting on your mobile, on your computer, you think your computer is not being hacked? I say, think again. People have not known for 2 years the computer has been hacked. Your computer is silently transmitting data. Silently, while you're not there at home, it's silent. Most people leave the computer and they walk off. Hundreds of computers. There was a study we did. We looked at the sample. We were looking at sample. How many computers were infected? Many of them they didn't know. And they were small businesses, people's professionals, moms, dad. Ordinary people. No idea. They're not computer scientists. They're not software engineers. But the computer was compromised. So whatever you were doing, you were putting your password, it was taking the screenshot, it was sending data. And where the data was going, nobody knows. Because the IP address, ghost IP address cannot be tracked. Next slide, please. So we have got a cybercrime issue. Yes, we deal with it. Yes, but we don't stop technology from expanding. We need to harness the power. We can be the leader. We are going to say, yes, if this road you can drive 100 kilometer, law is law, you are going to drive 100. That is it. Like in Australia, we say you cannot go above this 100. That's it. You'll be fined. There's cameras there. But we don't tell people not to drive. correct? Same thing with technology. We have to have certain safeguards. This morning I had an interview with a lovely person around here. She interviewed me and she was talking about the DPP Act in India. I said, yes, it's very good. Government is taking leadership. It's about leadership. In Australia, we have got same thing. Facebook, social media, they've been banned for kids. Yes, so be it. It's business. If you're making money and you're making at the expense of people, we don't want it. Kids are not ready. Their minds are not ready. Social media has got a very dark side of it. Mom, dads, if they're not there, children's mind, I don't know what they're doing with things. It's okay, under the supervision of mother is sitting there, father is sitting there, kid wants to play, it's allowed. You know, mom, dad is there, family is there. But if the government is taking leadership, I will say it's a good thing. It's a very good thing because government is now putting safeguards for its people. Next slide. So it's a multi-billion-dollar business. Cybercrime, it's business, it's money for everybody. If you think today it can be stopped, yes, it can be stopped. Microsoft has got the capacity to monitor billions of computers. So when we look up all this, it's very important. Next slide. So it is $4.5 trillion with a lot of money involved here, business, cybercrime, and you can see the statistics. Like I can speak more about it, but I think we are running out of time, please. Yes. So next one also, please. So the threats in the leadership have to have a balance. We cannot just ignore that leadership will not do anything. Today, India is taking steps. It's very good. We have to make this change. But then at the same time, there's opportunities also. We don't need to close our doors. Next slide, please. So digitalization models are going to be there, but I would say I heard presentation this morning, this model is good, that model is good. No. Internet, when it came out, there was no model. No model when it came out. It started with the US military. It was given to the public. Let the system evolve. Let the ecosystem evolve. Let the people decide. You know, let people decide. Everybody is different. Let them decide which model works for them. Next slide. So security and leadership, it is billion-dollar business. You need to take the opportunity here. And why I'm saying this morning, I had young people talking to me, sir, how can India be, number one? I said India is already number one. When I see Bangalore, I see Delhi, I see, Kolkata, I see Punjab, I see that, spark in the eyes. People are passionate. They are motivated. I want to do something. And they're equally as best somebody in the US. So when I go to California, I said, look, you're also Indian, I'm also Indian. We are driving this ecosystem. It's the people, it's the leaders like us, We are people, and I'm glad like such a great opportunity Dr. Deepak has, provided us, that we are able to come together. And I look forward to attending India again. Thank you. Any questions, I'm happy to answer.